everybody, Anime Reflux. This week is XTV. I'm still not sure what that's supposed to be. Is it XTV or is it Cross TV or
It doesn't matter. Both are stupid.
or is it like the Hunter
Yeah.
Hunter thing or the DXD thing where you're not supposed to say the X even though there's an X in it, so it'd just be TV.
I don't know. Either any option is stupid.
Yeah, I guess.
You see, when I hear XTV, I think of the X Games. This was not about the X Games.
What was this about?
I don't know. Like, I
The
didn't
stars
read,
have aligned.
I didn't read the description, the summary before starting this episode, and I obviously don't remember what we read it last week, but I don't remember that. That was last week.
To go over the summary again.
Let me fucking talk. I'm saying a thing, so let me finish. I watched the opening and the intro thing.
Yeah.
I still had no idea what this was about. Like, there's a guy standing on Tokyo Tower, and it's the apocalypse.
Post-apocalypse.
And that's about all I got, including from the opening. That didn't tell us anything, except there's a guy and he likes to do dramatic poses.
Yeah. They're on a TV station tower. Really, like, if this anime was post-apocalypse, I think it'd be a lot more interesting than what we got.
Yeah, I honestly think that's supposed to be Tokyo Tower, by the way, because they made a big deal of it being in Tokyo. But what were you about to say, Zero, about the summary?
I was just saying, so it's the year of destiny, and 15-year-old Kamui Shiro, a powerful psychic, has returned to Tokyo. He returns to protect his childhood friends, but destiny and fate are haunting him and pulling himself and his loved ones into the whatever, and his destiny to decide the fate of the world and mankind, no matter if he wants the role or not. So he's supposed to be like a reluctant hero.
Except he's not, because he's very demanding of taking the hero role in the show. Okay, yeah. So
he's very demanding of taking the sword and then leaving.
So, okay. So this show, as we say, it starts with a group of people standing on what is probably the ruins of Tokyo Tower in, dust cloaks. Looking menacingly out into the distance, as brooding anime protagonists tend to. Then the opening happens, and it tells us absolutely nothing. Then, I'm not gonna lie, it started to kind of intrigue me a little bit, because it gave us the intros of all these characters that were actually kind of interesting. There's the hardworking guy who works in a temple, and he's kind of being punished, but he's okay with taking the punishment and taking his lumps and that kind of thing. Seemed like a cool dude. And it said, he has a destiny before him in Tokyo. Okay, so fair enough. That's his intro. Move on to the next one, and it's Hime Miko kind of character.
Priestess character.
Yeah, just basically saying the exact same thing, and her being kind of boring, to be perfectly honest.
It felt like Power Rangers of, here are your Power Rangers, one after another. The time is happening for new Power Rangers to be.
Kind of, but they all seem like interesting characters, except for the Hime Miko that I just talked about, because she was really boring. But then we get to the next one, and it's like the girl that's really
trying to say stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no worries. I was just saying, it started to blur and became boring to me. I'm fascinated that you thought it was interesting, because I was like, and here are a bunch of characters that I don't care about right now.
It accomplished very little other than to just introduce us for the characters for 2 seconds and not show them actually interacting.
And that was half the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it did a decent job of introducing the characters as what kind of characters they are, and it did a good job of having it feel like what's happening is important without telling us what was happening. And yes, I agree that not actually explaining anything about what is actually going on was a little bit annoying. I tend to be bugged by that, but it gave the impression quite well that this is a big deal and everyone cares about it that's involved. And I think that's something a lot of shows that do a very similar thing kind of miss out on.
That's true. We'll give them that, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, we move on to the third one, and it's actually just kind of a regular Japanese teenage girl, seemingly. Just kind of hanging out in a room, listening to music and doing homework, I assume. And her giant husky dog that she has.
You mean her giant wolf? Like, that's how big it is.
Oh, a wolf, dude.
Yeah. That's called Inuki, which I thought was just kind of... doesn't that just mean dog something? And I looked it up and no, it doesn't. It means going concern, apparently. So it's a pun. Fair play. It hears something or senses something, and she chases it out onto the veranda type thing of the temple.
Yeah.
And her grandma or the elder of the temple is like, yeah, something's going down. Your powers are probably going to be needed in Tokyo. And her reaction is, I get to go to Tokyo! I'm so going to just go and do all the touristy stuff, and it's going to be awesome, and we're going to have so much fun. It's going to be great.
Like, she injected life into the show for her brief appearance in a weird way, because just the energy that she brought, and then it immediately kind of just dissipates.
Yeah. Then I think it goes to Tokyo, and we get our fourth character who I don't even know what it was supposed to be. Like, it showed an aesthetics storefront or something. It goes inside and there's a woman and she's in lingerie, it looked like. The lighting was a bit weird, so I couldn't really quite tell.
Probably a prostitute.
Quite possibly.
Probably.
She sees a symbol sign thingy on the window, and she's like, oh, okay, so I'm about to do something that's actually kind of important. Cool. Then we go to, quote-unquote, a publishing office, which is basically code for Shueisha. And there is a mangaka editor, and he's all super excited about a thing that they managed to get published or something. And then he opens his laptop, and the same symbol that the prostitute saw is on the screen.
He mentions that he has, like, a wife and kid.
Yeah.
A daughter.
And his reaction to seeing that symbol was basically...
Shit.
Nope. Close the laptop. I'm just going to go home.
I'll go do my work tomorrow.
Yeah. So that was a good reaction. I like that one. I like that guy. He's kind of like that smartest goon in Batman that just kind of opens a room, sees Batman in there, and is just like, closes the door. What'd you see? Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Yeah, so I like that guy. And then I think that was the last one of those that we saw, and then we kind of move on to...
There was some dude on the street with a pentagram and calling in a payphone and whatever.
Yeah.
No, that's all that guy did. I didn't get anything out of him. So
yeah, he has a sister, I guess. And then there's like, that's your Power Rangers, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a pretty diverse cast of characters, to be perfectly honest. Well, aside from the 3 different shrine people, but one of them at least was...
I feel like there could have been a better way to do this without it just kind of being like split second.
Here
takes up half the episode.
Yeah. Like, it feels like they're going for the long game in this show, which, fair enough. I like long serialized stories where it gives you the information, then you're expected to retain that information going forward. I'm fine with that, but
this was by Clamp, wasn't it? This was written by Clamp.
don't know.
It looks like their style.
I'll do quick research for you. But let's see. You guys can keep talking about it.
Yeah, knowing their style, it makes sense, especially since it's a little bit older.
Yeah, it is very clearly like a late 90s kind of thing. I mean, it's in 4x3, for God's sake.
I think it was 2001 was when this came out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, we have our 6 characters that we get very bare bones characterization for, and then we get Kamui, who is the super special important one that dresses in all black all the time.
It has a shitty attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Clamp, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's Clamp.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's this guy, and he's supposed to be super special and important, and he goes to another shrine, and he wants to get a sword from a guy, and the guy's like, no, I don't really want to give this to you, so, come back later, or something. And Kamui's like, no, give me the goddamn sword. So Shrine Guy basically says, okay, fight me for it, more or less. And he does. And we don't actually know how that turns out, but one can assume.
Yeah, it shows later injury on the arm. Yeah.
So he has the sword now, and then okay, this was basically the exact point where it lost me, because then...
Did the same scene twice?
High school scene. Yeah? That was next, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have an anime in a high school setting. Has to happen.
No, it doesn't, though. Like, 90% of the cast were not in high school.
Hey, know your audience.
Like I said, if this
I'm part
was
of the audience, too. I'm
post-apocalypse...
28. I'm not in fucking high school.
Know your target audience.
So, yeah, we're in a high school classroom, and there is a ginger girl who actually looks kind of like Hermione from the films, Harry Potter. Like, just the hairstyle and everything just immediately reminded me of that. And, yeah, she's, like, just in a high school classroom, and she's reading from the book, and everything else in the scene is unimportant, because then a flock of birds fly by the window, and she looks outside, and there's Dickhead, which is what I'm going to call him from now on, because I don't... Yeah, and he's there, and she recognizes him, and then it turns out it was all a dream! So she apparently also lives in what looks very much like a Shinto temple kind of place. You might have an idea of how this show is themed at this point.
Boy, look at all these temples. Don't you love these temples?
So she rides to school with, I'm pretty sure, her brother on the back of his bike. Because they do make mention of, like, the two girlfriends with the guy. And she's like, I had this dream that Dickhead is coming back. It was weird. You remember that guy? Dickhead. We used to hang out all the time. Yeah, that guy.
Well, we stop. He's Dickhead.
I bet he's a bookworm now. Huh, that's possible. Okay. Yeah.
Sure, whatever that means. Oh.
School.
Yeah. So, as Kenji said, exact same scene again. Just, like, all of it is exactly the same.
She's like, wait, I saw this before. I could see the future.
Yeah. And it all happens exactly the same. Then she spends, like, the rest of the episode trying to chase the dude down.
And he's like, no way, Jose. I don't know you anymore. Stay away.
No. She chases him down up to the... Well, up, technically. up to the rooftop, and she's like, "Hey, remember me? We used to hang out. It was super cool and everything." And he's like, "Leave me alone. Don't interact with me anymore."
Because being around him is dangerous.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
the problem with this character is that he's such a just dick that when he does this, the author's intent is clearly, oh, he's doing this to keep her safe. Judging just from the summary and alone, he's trying to keep her safe, and we find out afterwards, oh, he's being watched or something. But like, it just comes off as him being a dick, because there's no really redeemable qualities about him that we're introduced to. And I feel like this show should have probably spent this episode trying to introduce us to this character and making him likable or something, instead of spending half of it on just introducing characters we don't even meet and are probably not going to meet for a while.
That's probably true. Well, we forgot the scene where he like takes down a bunch of dolls in the.
Right, yeah, we did skip over that, didn't we?
Place.
Yeah. Yeah, and he gets attacked by spell summon servants, and he just explodes them, and then he's like, grabs one of the Shikigami paper things, and he's like, it turns into a crow, and he says, "You should just come at me expecting to die," or something, and...
Don't come at me unless you're expecting to die, basically what he said.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, which is a cool thing to say, except for the fact that he's basically encouraging them not to come at him directly, which he wants them to start doing. So, I feel like he's working against his own purposes there.
Yeah, it's really...
But he's one of those direct main characters that have no time for subtlety and, intelligent actions.
Yeah, which is what the whole "don't spy on me" thing and it's disgraceful thing is supposed to be about, and it just comes off as kind of dumb.
He's our main character, and we're going to be following him probably more than anybody else. And that's kind of not great. Yeah. That's really, that's depressing, because what we do see of him is the bad parts at first, without any sort of promise of there's something good about him that we're going to find out or see.
See, here's the thing. I have seen exactly this character before. His name was Angel. So, if anyone's seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like the original way back in the day,
oh god,
96, Angel, the vampire character, was a douche nozzle for the entire first season. Like, would literally show up, talk like Mr. Big Bollocks, and just sort of spout creepy exposition, be a badass, and then leave. And he just came off as a complete dickhead all the time. But he wasn't the main character. So by the time he did get development and turn into a decent character that was somewhat sympathetic, we hadn't been exposed to him just being a dickhead for literally the entire show up to that point. But with this show here, it feels like it's just going to be, this guy's an asshole, this guy's an asshole, this guy's an asshole. And once they actually try and redeem him,
you got to spin off before
he's still going to seem like an asshole, even if they do redeem him. That's the thing.
And this is 24 episodes for the show.
Yeah.
Also, apparently it gets really gay.
What?
I could tell that from the images in the first place, of the iconography of the damn show in the first place, especially in the closing credits.
Yeah.
In the opening credits.
Yeah. So, make that what you will.
I mean, okay. I mean, if the main character had been more likable and interesting, like literally his whole thing is brooding and staring off into space for most of the show, then I might have watched it regardless of anything else, because like I say, the supporting cast seemed interesting. I was down for that.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is that the point of this kind of having the yaoi undertones apparently is that maybe somebody intended him to be like that character type as part of their little yaoi thing. I don't know, and he's not so much of a character as we would like. I don't know. I'm trying to find an explanation for why you would start it out with this type of character, and just kind of not pace it in the right way.
What were you gonna say, Blush?
I was gonna say that even though he's our main character, he actually got not a lot of screen time at all compared to the duration of the video, and even the chick had just as much screen time as him. So it's kind of like how you said the supporting cast is more of a incentive to watch it than the actual main character. And I actually didn't mind his terrible attitude as much. Like, it's, you know, his redeemable quality is that he kicks butt. That's actually kind of what it is.
I mean, I don't mind it because I'm used to it at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like you could instead of actually making him the main character, you could have made it more of a kind of ensemble cast type of show.
I'd have been down for that. Like I say, the other characters they showed at the beginning were way more interesting than this guy.
And I think that the show would, like, I haven't seen more than the first episode, but I feel like if they went with that direction, it'd be a much stronger show than what I think it's going to be.
Like, all those other characters, including what's her name, whose name I don't care about, the Vision Girl.
We don't know anyone's name.
Yeah. They were all interesting because they were all allowed to show a little personality. This guy's personality, all we saw was, "Don't look at me!"
If this guy was a side character, not a main character, I'd be completely fine. I think is how I feel. But it's the fact that he's the main character that I don't have much interest in continuing to watch this show.
If I may, I only watched the first episode myself, and I do agree with some of the things that have already been said. It did seem a lot like Power Rangers sort of opening with everyone just being introduced with their callings for the coming thing.
Apocalypse,
but,
let's call it.
But I discovered, I looked up the Wikipedia article for this, and apparently it's just called X.
Of course it is. It goes completely against the whole don't say the X. Now this one is just say the X.
Okay, so I think I understand where that comes from, because this something I was looking it up, and this is a alternate retelling of the movie X. So this is X, the TV version.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, as you were saying, Patient.
As I was saying, well, this is spoilers for later on, and if we're only supposed to be looking at the first episode, I don't know if this is what you...
Yeah, this is fun. Hold on. Audience, spoilers about to happen. We don't care. So if you do care, skip ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe edit in the timestamp they're supposed to skip to, Kenshi. Nah, just kidding. All right.
Also, that would be my job, and that's not going to happen because it's my job.
Oh. Well, I just thought that Kenshi did a lot of the editing with the images and such.
I don't do that anymore. I don't have time.
No, it's been all me for a while.
Too busy making towns.
All right. So basically, the main character, Kamui, it's the fact that he's the main character is that there are two opposing factions going on. The supporting cast that we saw at the beginning, they're on two separate sides. One of them is trying to prevent the apocalypse, and the other is trying to cause the apocalypse. And Kamui is the one who's in the middle. Both sides are trying to sway him for theirs. And it turns out that his main motivation is his two friends that he made all those years ago. he doesn't really. He's grown out of caring about much else, but he's decided that he wants to take the side that'll keep those two safe. So he joins the side that's going against the apocalypse. But apparently then that leads to the male among his friends becoming the opposing leader because destiny reasons. So
what you're saying is all that supporting cast that we saw in the first, as Blush said, half of the episode are not in fact the supporting cast, they are in fact side characters.
I did not.
Blush, you're right, that was a waste of time. Okay, never mind. I take back everything I said.
Well, it sounds like it could be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to bother to watch it, though.
I'm not.
The only thing I really have to complain about is this last sentence on the Wikipedia article. This is sort of killing my interest in it. It has also garnered mostly positive reviews, despite its lack of an ending.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so basically, no, this is not. I saw on the anime page their comment saying the anime ends on a decent note, but the manga doesn't. So I think that might be just a manga thing, but I have no interest in this.
It showed promise, and then it kind of squandered that promise, is my opinion. Or at least, in fairness, from only the one episode that I saw. But, you know.
Yeah. If you've seen XTV or X, and you think it's really good, if you've seen X, the anime on TV, coming to you live from 1999, if you've seen it and you like it, leave a comment down below and tell us that maybe we're wrong. But
I'm kind of glad that Weasel isn't here, so the next time he tries to correct me on that DXD thing and say it's just DD, I'm going to say no, it's just X.
yeah, there you go. There we go.
Oh, that's terrible.
What an edgelord title for a show. That show did come straight out of 1999 or 2001 or wherever it came from.
The manga is from 1999. Boy, we're talking about End of Days in 1999. I wonder why.
Actually, the manga...
actually the title of a Schwarzenegger movie. But anyway, what are you saying?
Actually, the manga was released in 1992.
But the manga takes place in 99.
Oh, okay.
So it's all about Y2K. That's what I've taken away from it.
Wow, they triggered that early. Holy shit. Okay.
Hey, the 90s were a thing, pal.
They were.
Great thing. Love the 90s. Wish the 90s were back.
I don't.
Only 90s kids will remember this.
No, we're not starting that.
All right, so are we going to roll and hopefully get something better? We do have 5 people here, so we can do a veto if we really, really need to.
You say that, and that means there is going to be one, so 16.
16. Is that good? All right, let's see here.
Pokemon.
57.
We've already done Pokemon, so you're all right.
Oh, that's right. We have?
Well, technically.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did the Johto season. All right.
All right, should I block that one out on the list then?
Yeah, sure. I don't think we need to review Pokemon. I think that's
all Pokemon-related things shall be removed.
Yeah. If you want to see a good review of the first Pokemon episode, look up Swade's channel. He does a good one.
All right.
He's reviewing the entire show episode by episode every week. So that's
All
cool.
right.
Wow.
You said 57, right?
Yes,
17.
17. And the winner is Phantasy Star Online 2, the animation. Yeah, I saw that groaning coming. That's fantasy as in PHAN for some reason.
TV anime adaptation of the online RPG game Phantasy Star Online 2. It will feature an original story that takes place on Earth in the near future.
So, when is this hit in the U.S.? Phantasy Star Online 2.
Well, this anime was released in 2016, so it's like...
I know, but the game still hasn't come out in the U.S.
Oh.
It's been out for a long time. Phantasy Star Online 2, the animation is the 8th project in the franchise, commemorating the 15th anniversary.
Actually, Kenshi, there was a version released in the US for the PS4 in 2016.
Oh.
So most of these comments are basically saying, the game, I like the game. Talk about the game.
Yeah, so synopsis is, it's the hardest game to hit the market. Just ask anyone at Sega Academy. Anyone except for Itsuki Tachibana, that is. Unlike his peers, Itsuki does not play video games and ended up missing out on the big trend. Thankfully, he has other good qualities. He gets good grades. He has perfect attendance. And, to the delight of his friends, he makes the perfect substitute for any after-school activity. Who knew it was possible to be a jack of all trades in high school clubs? Itsuki's abilities attract the attention of the student council president, Rina Izumi. Well, Itsuki is the perfect image of mediocrity. What? Rina is a vision of excellence. She is good-looking, popular, an amazing athlete, and she has excellent grades.
This is giving me cramps.
She cannot do.
What is this show?
The extracurricular activities of the student body, of course. Rina recruits Itsuki as the new vice president of the student council and asks him to play Phantasy Star Online 2. Why? I don't know. Because the game is an MMO, it has a social aspect, and she wants to know if it is affecting the student body negatively. But first, Itsuki has to learn how to play the game. Will this jack of all trades pick up a new skill? Is the game just an unwanted distraction to the student body? Find out in Phantasy Star Online 2, the animation.
Well, I don't need to watch it now, so okay.
I still do. I have to know what this is. I have to know now.
You have to find out in Phantasy Star Online 2, the animation.
Dude, it's not going to live up to whatever you're thinking.
I don't know what I'm thinking. That's why I need to know.
This is, I actually remember this anime when it came out, and it got pretty good reviews. Very reference heavy for like Sega stuff.
You ever wonder what Persona 4 the animation would have been like if it was about a guy that was trying to play Persona 4?
That could be an emotional story.
That hack?
But yeah, it's about a guy who's tasked by the student council president to find out if this game is affecting the student body negatively.
So yeah, this story about the game is about a dude playing the game.
Yes. It's an MMO. Like
Vito.
It's an MMO. What are you gonna do? You're gonna make a story in the MMO using the MMO storyline? No. Screw you. I'm not vetoing. You're stuck with this.
I'm not vetoing either. I mean, I'm not excited to see the show, but it doesn't seem that bad, and I just don't.
I remember this.
Look, listen. I feel like spamming the group veto defeats the entire purpose of the random A aspect of it.
I agree with that.
Didn't even. I sort of felt bad about vetoing the supernatural one last week, even. So
I don't.
I'm kind of okay with that because we had literally done like 6 of them in a row.
That was literally for the sake of variety, more than anything else.
Yeah, I understand that, but there's a specific genre of show that I don't want to watch, and aside from that, I don't mind the rest so much. So it just seems like, even if I just don't want the group veto to just undermine the whole project here.
Well,
that's why it's unanimous. It has to be unanimous.
Yeah, it has to be unanimous. The only person who wants to veto this is Kenshi, and he's going to suffer.
Kenshi 618, remember this.
Hey, remember when you kept taunting us with your accursed power of, maybe I won't veto this. Well, this is kind of I guess this is kind of payback then.
Is it? Because I eventually vetoed it because I didn't want to piss anyone off, but now you're doing it to piss me off.
I'm not doing it to piss you off. I'm doing it because I am absolutely baffled by this show's existence and I want to know what the fuck.
Even if you didn't mean to piss me off, you're pissing me off.
I'm not going to be here next week because I'm going to be on vacation, so I am doing it to piss you off.
I'll remember that. I don't see how I can ever get you back, seeing as how if I ever put you in a situation you don't like, you can, quote unquote, take a week off to go on vacation. But I'll find a way.
Sabotage zero interest somehow.
I'd like to see you try, old man.
I can spoil all of Mooch Underground for you, like right now.
If you do that, I will kill myself, or then you.
Don't make jokes like that.
Please don't.
Not cool.
Don't spoil Lucha Underground for me. It's important.
All right.
No crime is worth that punishment.
So, I guess next week we're watching Phantasy Star Online 2, the animation about someone playing Phantasy Star Online 2.
Fantasy with a PH.
Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna get you all of you.
Kenshi, let me ask you something. How often in a Telltale game has such and such a character will remember this ever actually mattered?
That's why I said it, kind of. Because it's vague, and I have no way of following through with this. But just know.
All right, so bye, everybody.
Hi, I'm Kenji618, and I can't back up any of my threats.
Kenji618 will remember that as well.
He'll never forgive you either.
All right.